Starting an agency sounds a bit expensive, right? But what if I tell you that you could start your agency with nothing at all? Because I did that the same. And today, I would be sharing exact same steps that I have taken personally to start my agency with zero cost. So, without any further delay, let's get started. So, first thing first, the first thing that we need is a service and a niche for your agency. Now, service is something that you are going to sell to your clients, something that would solve their business problems. And you could choose many services. We have multiple options. You could go with video editing, graphic designing, copywriting, social media management, running ads, and whatever you could go for. You could use internet. By niche, what we mean is that we are going to target a specific group of people. Let me make it very simple for you. Let's say that we have this whole YouTube content creation industry. In that industry, we have multiple type of content. We have multiple niches. We have educational content, we have entertaining content, and when we go into any one particular niche, we have more niches in that particular area. Like for example, when we choose education, we have multiple type of contents which are related to education. We have education regarding self-care, we have education regarding self-improvement, health, finance, business, technology, and much more. Now, the one thing that you need to remember here is that you do not have to be panicked while choosing a niche and a service. Because see, we are not going to get married to one niche and one service forever. You could switch anytime whenever you feel so, according to the market needs or whenever you feel like you want to switch. But right now, all we need is something to get started. So choose any one of the service and the niche and just get started. Now, once you have finalized what you're going to sell, you have to finalize whom you are going to sell. That's why we would be looking for potential prospects. So a potential prospect is someone who could likely buy your service, who would need your service in some way. And for different services, we have different ways to find potential prospects. Like for example, if you have a YouTube thumbnail agency, then you could go to the different channels and see if they have a bad thumbnail and you could reach them out. Or you could use applications and websites like Playboard and you could filter out the channels with according to the subscribers, how often they upload the videos. Or if you are having a social media management agency, then you could look for small businesses who are on LinkedIn or on Instagram, and you could see whether they are less, whether their pages are less engaged or how inconsistent they are while posting and all. If you are having a copywriting agency, then what you could do is you could go to the websites and see which websites have a bad copy and you could offer them to optimize their copies. If you are having a video editing agency, then you could go to social media handles of the creators on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikToks, and you could see that if they are posting raw and unedited videos, and you could offer your service to them. So in this way, you could find potential prospects. Now, once you have found these people, you have to make an Excel sheet where you have to mention few details like their business name, emails, and so that later on you could manage the follow-up emails as well when you outreach them at which date. So it will help you a lot. Now before we head towards most important thing, that is sending outreach messages and email, we need to clarify how we are going to deliver the service. We have two ways to do that. First one is do it yourself. So if you know to provide the service, like if you know that how to edit the videos, if you know to design, if you know how to write copies, then you could deliver it yourself. So what will happen is you would get the project, you would deliver the work, and all of the money would be left in your pocket. But if you don't know how to deliver the service yourself, then you could leverage other skills, those people who have expertise in that particular skill, and get that work done. Like I did. I did not know how to design thumbnails, so I leveraged the contractors. I got the contractors from the Facebook communities and Instagram, and then what I did is that I got the project and I delivered the service using other people's skills that I got from these Facebook communities and Instagram. So you could use any one of them, whatever works best for you, use it and go for it. But remember one thing, if you are trying to leverage other people's skill, that is if you're leveraging contractors, then make sure that their work is good and you get their portfolio and you check their work, and then only you could deliver it to the client. Now, the most important thing is sending outreach messages and emails. So outreach is a way where you directly try to contact with your potential prospects, and you could do it in many ways. You could directly message them in their social media handles, or you could use cold emails. Whatever you choose, you have to keep few good things in your mind. See, you don't have to have a perfect script for outreach messages. You just need to have 4 important points. The first thing that you have to include in the script is greetings and a compliment line. So you have to make sure that you greet like, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. And you have to give them a compliment for their work. Something that would make them feel significant, that their work is playing a significant role in the society. Alright, now the second thing that you have to include is their pain points. Alright, so what the pain point is, that how solving this pain point could increase their efficiency in their business. And the third point is that how you are the solution to their pain points, how you could solve them, how you could solve their pain points and get their work better. And at last, you have to mention a quick call to action. Now, by a quick call to action, we mention that we are looking for a quick call or a text, something where we could discuss our work, or something where we could discuss how that means the service provider, will help the client to get their work better. Alright, so we have to keep these 4 things in our mind while scripting the outreach messages and emails. Now, when we talk specifically about cold emails, it is better that you should have a business email. Like, a business email looks more authentic and professional, so it increases your chances that it would get that you will get a good response from that prospect. But if you don't have that business email, then you could use your normal emails as well. Because like in my case, when I started my agency, I was not able to afford a business email, because first of all, it requires that you need to have a business domain, and then you could use a business email of that, and it requires something like 1700 to 1800 rupees. And at that time, I was not able to afford that. So I went with the normal email and I made clients. I earned my first money after that. So it's okay if you don't have that, but if you are able to afford it, then please go for a business email. Now, if you get a response from that potential prospect, he will probably inquire about the pricing and how you work and how you operate. So before that, you need to do a good homework. You need to set a price which is according in the market, like what is the price of your service, and you have to set such price that it could cover your contractor's fee, as well as it leaves you up with a good profit in your pocket if you are using other people's skill. But if you are delivering the service yourself, then you don't need to have that. Now we have 2 more factors that determine how further you go. The first one is that you have to be consistent in sending outreach messages every single day. See, you can only call yourself an agency owner if you are sending outreach messages every single day. You have to make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Whether you send it 3 emails, 4 emails, 5, 7, 9, whatever it is, it just has to be consistent. Alright. Now the second thing is you have to try your best to provide a good quality service. See, let's say that you got that response from that client through an email or from the message, and the client is agreed to get their first work done by you, and you deliver the work, but some way they are not satisfied with it. So next time they won't look for you. But your intention should be to provide a good quality service so that you could retain that client and they could pay you monthly. And that means you could get a recurring revenue from that particular client. So that would be the best thing, that would be the best intention that you need to have from that particular client. So for that, you need to have, there are multiple factors that affects the service, because see, first of all, it's the service itself that you provide. It should be premium, it should be good. The second thing is you need to have a good communication between that client And if you're using the contractor, then with him as well. Because see, I lost my first client because of the lack of communication between me and my contractor, and that affected the communication between me and the client as well. And at the end, it messed up the things and I lost my first client. So make sure that you do not commit these mistakes. All right, now at the end, what I would like to tell you is that the intention for this video was to just get you started. See, I myself am not on a level where my agency is performing at the very peak levels. But what I could assure you from this video is that you could start it from anywhere. As I told you that you just need three things: time, efforts, and internet. So you could leverage all these three, and later on you could stack up the resources and you could make your agency more and more better. So for now, you just have to get started with whatever resource that you have. And with that, all I can say is I would see you in the next video. I hope you liked it. Enjoy and let's grow it together.